So remember the one shot that I talked about a while ago? About these two dragon hunters that was eerily similar to Bleach? Well, Burn the Witch is back, and I'm here to talk about it. I'm sure most of you are like, what the hell is Burn the Witch anyway? And that, my friend, is why you should subscribe to keep up with all my underrated finds. And if you still want some more content, check out the second channel, where we do a bunch of fun stuff over there too. Okay, let's keep it moving. So, Tite Kubo, who you should all be familiar with because he made the popular manga Zombie Powder. Yes, I made the same joke twice. The creator of Bleach decided to make a one-shot in 2020. A one-shot, if you didn't know, is a manga that only has one chapter, and if it's received well, the manga will start getting serialized, which is the case for Burn the Witch. It only has one chapters. Not a whole lot of story, honestly, which sucks because of how good everything was. I really enjoyed this series when I was able to watch it the first time, and then I really enjoyed it when I was able to watch it for a video. But what is this series even about? And why does it seem so unpopular? And why aren't you subscribed yet? So Burn the Witch is about two dragon hunters named Nini and Noelle. But these two work for Wingbind, which is a company in reverse London that hunts dragons in order to protect the people of front London. There are different ranking officers at the top of Wingbind, but we don't really get to talk much about them. But Nini and Noelle are tasked with protecting Bogo Parks because of his ability to talk to dragons. Dragons are really taboo in front London, so whenever normal people get in contact with them, I'm pretty sure they just get executed. There's another plot that kinda seamlessly fits into the story where Nini's idol partner meets a really powerful dragon. There are a couple of dragons that are like legendary status, but again, we don't get to see them. They beat the dragon with the help of Bruno Bangknife, and he's one of the Wingbind higher-ups. And this is where this series is done. It was only 3 episodes, and it aired in a film format with no sort of cuts when it originally came out. Like I said in my previous video about the show, there were a lot of things put against the series from the start. The release date was the main one. 2020 was a really big year for anime, and I'm not gonna go through the whole list, but Jujutsu Kaisen Season 1 aired, just to give you a little idea. So not only was that year bloated, I don't think people even liked Bleach that much to even give Burn the Witch a try. I believe that Bleach is the most difficult series to get into and stick with compared to Naruto and One Piece. It is a part of the big 3 for a reason, but I think it's one of the most complex out of the 3 from the start, so it could turn a lot of people off. So I'm assuming when people heard that the creator of Zombie Powder made a new series, they assumed they needed context from Bleach. And this isn't necessarily true because at the end there's a connection, but besides that, there's not really any more. I highly recommend that you check out the series after this video because you'll see what I mean. The series feels so incomplete, but not in a bad way. It feels like we're being set up for future content. I said in my video that we get so many breadcrumbs, but it's never actually confirmed if we're getting more Burn the Witch or not. Where the story is, we can get a ton of content about the two witches, or we can build off of what already happened in the anime and just keep going. Well, luckily for us, we get Burn the Witch 0.8. I have no idea what this has in store, and I'm going in 100% blind. And apparently though, this is a prequel to what happened in the actual series. So Burn the Witch 0.8 starts us off with Noelle meeting Bogo in front London. It's kinda crazy to find out that they knew each other in high school, and he's just not some random dude they came across. But Noelle heads to reverse London to clock in for her witch work. She meets up with Nini as she's swarmed with fans. When they set off to catch the dragon bus, the soundtrack that plays is so calm. It's real earthy and it has this real prominent piano playing. I'm not a music nut and I wish I was so I could describe it better, but it really does sound great. It reminds me of fall time and it completely matches the vibe of the original 3 episodes. The next scene is them flying to Wingbind HQ where this Ghibli-esque song plays and we see the different parts of reverse London. We see different types of dragons that are for commercial use and ones that kinda just live around. This is the type of stuff I wanted to see when I watched. Not to say that the other series didn't have this kind of stuff in it, it's just really nice to see reverse London. Just being able to see how this place operates is so cool, especially with a place that's tied to the real world. Bogo is back in his dorm and he's talking to one of his friends about Noelle and how she traveled to reverse London. An interesting detail from that is that people in front London think that reverse London is fake. I don't know, I just think that's a little cool because it kind of adds to how mysterious Noelle is like in universe. Like she's like, you know, reserved and put off because, you know, she has a double life. That's so cool. And speaking of interesting details, we find out that dragons suck out the bad energy from humans, and when that happens, they turn into dark dragons, much like what we saw in the first episode. They tell us originally that they can't touch, but now we have a reason why, and it makes so much more sense. I do think it is a little extreme to kill someone because they touched a dragon, but at the same time, look at how much harm they could cause. Noelle and Nitty are tasked to get these grapes from a huge dragon, but they get a call from Billy asking if they want to do an extermination mission. Nitty agrees and heads to the boys, but before all this happened, I kept on saying to myself, isn't the damn dog like a dragon or something? Like, how did that happen? But we finally get some sort of answer. A dragon bursts out of Osushi's back, and the witches are heading there to kill it. I think this was triggered by Bulgo's outburst about painties, and Osushi was just a dragon all along. As the witches are dealing with the first dragon, Noelle notices another signal. When Bulgo is talking to his friend, he notices that he says something really out of character. He can see the dragon. Bulgo's best friend since he was 7 years old has been a dragon in disguise this whole time. Now the witches have to deal with it trying to eat them because it will become immortal, supposedly. Bulgo sees Nitty hurt and tries to protect her while she's down. He tells the fake dragon that he's been his friend longer than his actual friend that died, so he was going to try and help him. As the dragon was going to deliver the final blow, Noelle comes and exterminates the dragon with these. After that, they just kinda leave. The episode actually ends with the end of the original run, with Billy explaining that Bulgo is here to stay at Wingbind. The very last scene of the episode is them discussing the mission from the first episode. Honestly, a really cool callback, and it kinda keeps the story in a loop. With that, the episode is kinda finished. And I know, right? Only one episode from a series that I wish could go on for much longer. I absolutely love Burn the Witch, and honestly, it's not even because I like Bleach so much. The series stands so well on its own, and I recommend it to anyone. It's short and sweet. The animation is amazing, the soundtracks are immaculate. I just wish I was able to have more of it. And speaking of the animation, Studio Colorado had truly outdone themselves. This is one of the prettiest anime I've ever watched, no exaggeration. From the expressive moments to the different lighting, and overall just the transition from manga to anime is no easy feat, and I think they handle it with grace. I really think that the scene of Noelle and Nitty going through the alleyway and Bulgo when his friend realizes that he fucked up, just really amazing stuff. I hope that this isn't the last time we get to see the witches because, like I said before, this is one of the coolest series that barely anyone knows about. Tite Kubo only ever works on this series whenever he can, so it's really unlikely that we'll get a full complete series anytime soon, but never say never. I think that if you watch this series, show genuine interest, there's always a possibility that there will be more coming out, especially with a series that has so much potential like this. I will always look forward to any Burn the Witch content, and I'll be on board for it 1,000,000%. But Jesus Christ, only one episode in 4 years? That has to be illegal.